Not too long ago I made a video about the carry trade, and I was using the yen as the example of the funding currency, the one that was being sold. But what I believe is happening right now is that the US dollar carry trade is being reversed as we speak. Since the crisis, they brought the interest rate down from like 6% down to near zero. And what this did is it made the US dollar the funding currency, the one that was being sold to buy higher yielding currencies, thus creating the carry trade. And for years, since 2007, 2008, this has been going on. People have been using the dollar to sell and make money on it going down and buying other higher yielding currencies from maybe different emerging markets. And what is happening right now, I believe, is a reversal of that trade, a closing out of those trades, which means that the US dollar has to be bought back and the other currencies have to be sold. Because when they went into it, they sold the dollar and bought the other currency. So when they want to get out, they have to reverse those steps, which puts immense pressure on the dollar, buying pressure on the dollar, which makes it go up. But that is temporary if that is the case. And once people have closed out that trade and that momentum decreases, I believe we could be looking at a major decline in the US dollar over a very, very short period of time. I was trading the yen back in 2008, and that's when I was making money on the Great British Pound going up against the Japanese yen. I was making money on the carry trade on that. And then we had a number of bankruptcies over there, and they had to start lowering the interest rate in Britain. And I got out of that trade. I lost money on that trade, but I began to short the Australian dollar, understanding that commodities were going to be under pressure. And people were reversing their trades that they had put on using the yen. The yen carry trade was reversing at that time, and it was violent. The Australian dollar going down, the Great British Pound going down against the yen going basically up against everything. And I made a lot of money on that. I lost a lot of money on the British Pound, but I made a lot of money on the Australian dollar going down against the Japanese yen. But what I see right now is a repeat of that with the US dollar being the funding currency. It's been many years since they took the interest rate down to zero, and then it's been the funding currency as well. If that's the case, then we could see a massive decline over a very short period of time somewhere in the near future for the US dollar. And I'm not calling for an extinction of the current form of the US dollar. I just see its purchasing power on a global scale declining quite rapidly as all of those dollars that have been accumulated overseas get shipped back to the United States.